Cry, Eagles, cry on the road to misery. Cry, Eagles, cry. Turn the ball over, 1, 2, 3. You can tush push, but nothing else. Let's watch those Eagles cry. Cry, Eagles, cry on the road to misery. E-A-G-L-L-L, Eagles! Ha ha ha!
What a comeback. Impressive. Though a little help from the refs. Little.
Well, they've been getting help all year, so.
One game.
Oh, well.
Glory be Jesus Christ.
Glory forever. Welcome to Dynamite Duo Sports, the podcast where we break down the NFL's top storylines with the facts, including the fact that the Eagles' collapse might have officially started. I'm Giuseppe.
I'm Antonios.
And today we are going to be recapping what was a mostly amazing Week 12 of the NFL season. For no obvious reasons.
Well, one thing, too, is there's a little more hope for Thursday, too, with this past week.
Look, guys, I know that you guys hate us Cowboys fans. I hate Cowboys fans, too. But
Let's all come together to go against
to defeat the enemy.
the Chiefs.
To defeat the... I'm not going to say anything else about that. Okay. Like, we...
All right, that's me talking, not him. He's still not very super confident about Thursday, but I'm
Which is
more
probably for the
confident than I
best.
was before.
Which is probably for the best.
Yeah, but,
Yeah.
So to get started, since the Cowboys played, primetime game, I'm going to start the games first. He'll do the other part after. So to begin with the Thursday night football game, which wasn't surprising, but to me, the Texans winning 23-19. And the reason why is the Texans defense is just really, really good. And when I watched that game, it wasn't even really necessarily Josh Allen's fault. There was the receiver, it got tipped and it got picked. There was another play with fumbles. There was a lot of mistakes offensively that weren't Josh Allen's fault. But that's the whole problem this entire season, though, is even though when it's not Josh Allen's fault, they don't have anyone besides James Cook on their offense that's like an A-tier player. And that's going to be rough throughout the whole season. However, if, let's say, just for fun scenario, Chiefs and Ravens did miss the playoffs, I don't know what that would look like. Chiefs are the one that get in their way every year. Texans, you are doing a very good job, especially defensively, and I think when C.J. Stroud comes back, because after watching Dave Mills, even though he's won the last 3 games, I don't think he's that great of a QB watching those games. When C.J. Stroud comes back, and with the Colts losing, you playing them twice, who knows? You might come up and win the division. That's what it's looking like right now to me. Next game up.
Wait, you don't want me to talk?
Oh, sure, you go ahead.
Okay, cool. Yes, Texans own Josh Allen at home.
They do.
And literally, he's 0-3 against them at NRG Stadium. So if they meet in the playoffs again, the most likely it's going to be if the Texans are hosting. So there's a big problem there. Like probably the biggest struggle the Bills will have on Wild Card Weekend so far. 8 sacks.
Yep.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And like I said earlier in the year, which he's come around to a little bit, the Bills don't have a number 1 wide receiver that can meet.
I've always said that.
One-on-one, man-on-man coverage against the best corners in the league, which the Texans have 2 of them.
Yeah.
So
yeah, the Texans defense is a force to be reckoned with.
Yep.
Now we're going to go to the Chiefs beating the Colts 23-20.
You blew it!
Colts, you totally blew that game. Now, I will say, there were some really, really dumb calls that helped the Chiefs move down the field, like roughing the passer. Twice, right?
Both of those roughing the pad, not on the same drive, but roughing the pad, though, both those roughing the passer penalties
were not
absolute garbage.
And another thing, Jonathan Taylor was doing pretty decent run against the Chiefs, and you still did not run him very much in the second half.
Well, I mean, he was okay.
He had some big plays. The problem is they should have told Jonathan Taylor, stop going inside, because that's where the Chiefs are good. Go outside.
Yeah.
And every time Jonathan Taylor went outside, he got 5+ yards.
A piece of advice, Colts, run Daniel Jones more.
Yeah.
You can run. You literally have not run him that much this season. That is
besides
literally
the first half.
Probably his best weapon is his legs. So you need to use those more.
And I think that would have been perfect because the Chiefs would have been expecting Jonathan Taylor all the time.
The one time that you faked it to Jonathan Taylor and Daniel Jones kept it and ran with it, nobody was there. He just jogged for a first down.
Yeah.
So you need to do that more often,
Right.
especially in crunch time.
And I'm looking at playoff scenarios. There's only two ways the Chiefs are actually going to make it, and that's if the Colts or Texans collapse. And I don't see Texans collapsing.
I don't see Colts collapsing enough.
I don't see Colts, collapsing enough. So there's still that concern for the Chiefs, especially because they got to play the Texans. They got to play Chargers and Broncos again. Chargers, I don't know, but Broncos, I still think their defense is just really good.
You better not lose to us.
Yeah, I hope you do. And if you do, I'll be very confident, actually, that they will probably miss the playoffs. So fingers crossed about that.
Yep.
Next up, I'm actually pretty happy about this game with the Seahawks being Titans 30-24.
Yeah.
Let me give you a little thing about Cam Ward. Against the Seahawks defense, he was 28 out of 42 with 256 yards, a passing touchdown, and 37 rushing yards and a touchdown. With having nobody to throw to, that's good.
I mean,
That is good.
Fun fact for Cam Ward: this was the first game where his college teammate actually played.
Which one?
Estrepo or something. He played with them at Miami.
Oh, that's right. Wait, he hasn't played this entire season? I
Nope.
must have missed that.
Nope.
Wow.
He's never played. Or
So-
never started, at least.
So,
he,
this
he-
game-
and that throw he made that was across his body to him wide open, that was Estrepo.
yeah, that's just like he has the chemistry with him, which is really good.
He knows that he'll make those throws, which honestly, once you
If you have that chemistry, like
if-
Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, any quarterback that has their college wide receiver they connected with a lot, that's always really good to have in the NFL.
But I will just say, when or if your team ever actually is good around you, don't make those throws anymore. Just because it's too risky.
Well, I mean,
In
hey,
the NFL, it's too risky.
no, sometimes risk is what you got to do. But I'm just gonna say, that's what they did against the Seahawks defense was
Yeah.
was impressive.
Yeah, it was absolutely impressive.
It was very impressive. And the Seahawks, if
They moved the
No.
Seahawks were offense was okay.
the
against a good
Seahawks
defense.
offense had two big passes to JSN, but their offense wasn't actually moving that much against the Titans defense. They weren't.
That Titans defense is good.
The Titans defense is good. So it's like, again, when I'm watching this, it's like, yes, we are the worst team in the NFL this year, but Cam Ward is our future QB. I can confidently say that about Cam Ward. And
That division might be pretty competitive next year.
it could be. So pretty exciting looking forward as long as you get the right coach, you build your offensive line, get another solid wide receiver, I think we're good. Or at least to have an impact next season. I knew we were going to be bad this year. Now,
Yep.
next game up, the Packers crushing the Vikings 23-6.
Not
Now,
surprising.
I'm going to say this. When I saw the schedule, I'm like, Packers, you should crush him. You better crush him because J.J. McCarthy's not been looking good. So if you didn't crush him, that'd be concerning. And they crushed him. And their backup running back, Wilson, played really well. He did most of the work on offense.
Yeah.
So he did a very good job stepping up for Josh Jacobs, who will probably play Thursday. I feel like there was a possibility
This
for
is,
the game.
Big.
This is a big game for both of them. Especially with especially for the Lions, actually, because of the tough schedule they have ahead of them.
Yep.
The Vikings, they're J.J. McCarthy. Look, he has probably one of the worst offensive linemen to work behind this year. But at the same time, if you're actually a good quarterback, you should throw more than 87 passing yards and 2 interceptions in a game.
Yep.
If you are a good quarterback, even with a really bad O-line, with a wide receiver like Justin Jefferson,
here
you should make some plays.
Look on the bright side. A lot of people's favorite quarterback, Justin Herbert, did that last week, so maybe there's hope.
Maybe. And again, like Josh Allen wasn't this bad, but there's some similarities with his first year playing.
Here's the difference between Josh Allen and JJ McCarthy.
Josh Allen's big.
That's
So
it. And he has a much better arm.
Yeah.
So
yeah. It's like JJ. I think you're
Vikings would probably be rise to look for your replacement this year.
Yeah, unfortunately. So now we're going to go on to the Ravens and Jets, where the Jets were beating the Ravens for like a good half of the game until the Ravens, Derrick Henry actually, stepped up and did most of the work. Lamar, you look
What is
awful right
going
now.
on?
You're not running the ball. Is your leg hurt that bad that you can't run? Because the big part of why you're so good was how you were so elusive that if no one got open, you
The
could run
dual
the ball.
threat.
It's a dual threat.
Because if
This
teams
shows
aren't-
to me that Lamar cannot simply just be a quarterback that can throw the ball.
right, it's like
You can't.
if the teams aren't scared of you running, then they will make you look like an average to below average.
And that's what
quarterback.
Lamar looks like when he's not a dual threat. Is he's a semi decent QB, and he had some really bad passes. Like Mark Andrews wide open, completely missed him.
Yep.
So yeah, Ravens, this was your last easy game. Which at first half of the game, I was like, are you guys going to lose this? Because if you lose this, you're totally screwed because your schedule's not going to be easy. You play Steelers twice, who yes, the Bears just beat them. We'll talk about that in just a second. But Aaron Rodgers is not playing. And with Aaron Rodgers playing against you, with how Lamar's looking, because normally Lamar does not do well against the Steelers except for last year. And he looks nothing like he did last year. So, a lot of danger there.
But the biggest danger is Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow,
is
who you got to play
coming back.
twice, and he's probably come back Thursday night to play you. So,
guarantee
look out.
he's playing.
I'm very confident he's going to as well. So, yeah, Ravens, you won, but
You're in trouble.
you won, but you looked awful. Next up, you have the Lions barely beating the Giants 34-27. Honestly, I'm going to say this about the Giants. This is a win for them. The Giants have been competitive all year, just like the Patriots were last year with Drake May when he started playing. And it's like they keep losing these close games. And honestly, when the Giants build up next year, if they get the right coach, watch out. Lions, you guys are so out of whack this year. And my concerns about Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson leaving it all to Dan Campbell. I said I don't know how that's going to go. And this year's been a whole whack-a-mole. 0-5 against Eagles in fourth down conversions. They missed their first fourth down, I think, at the beginning of the game in the goal line against the Giants. James Winston, that touchdown play. How could you not tackle him there like that? James Winston, shout out.
And also, that touchdown celebration was elite.
Yes.
The little.
Yes. I loved it. It was, for Lions fans, yeah, they're probably having a heart attack during that game. The Giants fans sitting oh, we're going to be good next year, and I think so too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, in that game, Lions, you are, even though you won, you're in trouble with missing the playoffs. You have a tough schedule. You barely beat the Giants.
If Packers beat you and the Cowboys beat you,
yeah,
you are
You're in
probably
trouble.
going to miss the playoffs.
Yeah, but then there are a lot of other teams that will gladly take your spot.
Like the Cowboys.
No, not even the Cowboys. There are a lot of other teams that would take it before
they're not
Cowboys.
even in the playoffs right now. So
yeah. Next up, you have the Bears beating the Steelers 31-28. Now, I want to give a shout out to Caleb Williams here.
Thank you.
Because Caleb Williams fumbled the ball. They scored a touchdown. Steelers had a lot of momentum on their side. And it's is Caleb Williams going to collapse?
Nope.
No, he didn't. Now, he did have a lot. He was almost 50% for passing. But he still pushed really hard against the Steelers defense, who was stepping up these past few games. And he still won. Now, Steelers almost came to tie the game when Mason Rudolph ran. But they had illegal formation. Aaron Rodgers saw it before they snapped. And Rodgers was like, no! He saw it, and he was like, that's not going to be good. And Mason Rudolph, who got the huge chunk of yards, didn't work, and then they lost the game. So I believe that if Aaron Rodgers was playing that game, the Bears probably would have lost. I'm very confident about it, because Mason Rudolph had 170 yards with a touchdown and a fumble. I think Aaron Rodgers, just the fear of Aaron Rodgers being on there against the Bears, probably would have been enough to beat them.
Yeah. But
all in all,
Caleb Williams
played.
It's developing.
He's developing. He's looking good. Ben Johnson's doing really good with their offense.
Yep.
I think the Bears have a really tough schedule coming up, but because they've already won 8 games, I think they're already going to make the playoffs. The question is, where will they be? Because they do have a very tough schedule.
They could potentially win the division.
They could potentially win the division, but when I looked at the Packers having an easy schedule, Bears having a tough schedule, I think it's going to come down to Bears when they play the Packers of how that looks.
Definitely.
That's what's going to come down to, I think, by who wins the division. So great job, Bears. Keep it up. And I think the Pope is really helping you.
Da Pope.
Da Pope. So now, the final 1 o'clock game, you had the Patriots beating the Bengals 26-20.
Weird.
This was not weird to me because the Bengals, they saw this opportunity. They're like, if we need to win this, so if Joe Burrow comes back, if we win all of our games, which is tough. Well, actually, not really tough because the Ravens aren't even that good right now. If you could beat the Patriots and win, that would give you a whole it would open it up for potentially making the playoffs. But so that I think Seppi, I don't think you understand, because again, it's not about stats, it's not about
the Bengals
records.
defense,
and they really stepped up because they really wanted to win this game to stay alive for the playoffs if Joe Burrow can return. That's what happened.
This sounds like an excuse for the Patriots offense not looking that great against their defense.
No, the Patriots look decent. Their offense looked just fine. That's totally fine. They won the game. That's what matters. When Drake May needed to step up towards the end of the game and got him down the field, they scored, and they kept the lead. Drake May kept that lead in the game. Yes, Giuseppe. Sometimes not having a flashy win does not bring concerns. A team like Bengals, who need this win to stay alive in the playoffs, are going to play really, really hard to get that win when the Patriots are sitting there at 9-2, not really necessarily needing. This is what the Patriots looked like with Tom Brady, Seppi. During the middle season, there were a lot of close games,
can I say one
and
thing?
the Patriots just were like, well, we already have a ton of wins. The other team needed to win more, and that's why they did it.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Caleb Williams put a 47 at least against this team.
Against the Patriots?
Against the Bengals.
Yeah,
Defense.
because the Bengals were just out of whack. And in this, the Bengals were not in much of a, this game. So here's the thing about
Okay, here. Don't get me wrong. This game was encouraging for me about the Ravens on Thursday. So, but
teams play differently depending on situations. In this game, Joe Burrow almost played. They realized their starting quarterback could be coming back. They realized that if they can beat the
Joe
Patriots,
Burrow did play in this game, the Patriots would have lost.
They would have lost. That's what I'm saying, though, is that the Bengals realized if we can win this game, we're not necessarily out of the playoffs just yet. That's what they saw. And when you look at the schedule with how the Ravens are looking bad, they saw this as an open chance to win, so they gave it their best effort. And the best effort couldn't beat the Patriots. I was watching clips in that game. The Bengals were trying really, really hard to win this game. I saw it.
Sure.
But the best effort they gave was still not enough to beat the Patriots, who weren't even putting in their best effort. That's what I'm saying, is the Bengals really tried to win this, and they couldn't.
Patriots.
They almost did, but they couldn't.
Okay, so the Patriots are going to sleep on teams is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, and that's a danger. That's for me. The danger is don't sleep on teams. Because let's say they go to playoffs, because their schedule's easy, they get the bye week. If they play like a certain team and they think that it's going to be an easy win, they'll lose because it's a playoff game.
We'll talk about that later.
So, yeah. So that's the thing about Patriots. It's like if you do take easy on teams, you can't do that in playoffs. So the question is like in the playoffs, if you let's say you played the 7th seed, like they won the playoff game, or if it was Chiefs, then I don't think they go easy. But it's like let's just say it's like a Jaguars, and the Patriots might think, it's the Jaguars. They could lose if they have that like mindset.
Yeah.
So
fair.
I think Vrabel won't do that though when it comes to that situation.
Hopefully.
All
right.
I trust Vrabel. So
anyway,
now's your turn.
Now we got Browns defeating the Raiders 24-10. I will say, even though I flipped my stress hockey puck for that game in my pick, I might pick the Browns just because I thought about it. I was like, yeah, I just think Browns are defense.
Yeah, after watching the Raiders game Monday night, it was like, yeah, I think the Browns defense will be enough to beat them.
And they had 9 sacks, and Myles Garrett added 3. He is only 4.5 sacks away from breaking Michael Strahan's record.
Yep.
That is amazing.
And he's probably the defensive player of the year right now.
And of course, that was the biggest story from this game, of course. So
well, I mean, another thing too is like with Shador, it's like he didn't do anything.
Shador played. Oh, never mind.
So like in the game, it's like this is the first time the quarterback in his first starting game won his first starting game for the Browns since 1995, 30 years ago. So even though Shador Sanders didn't have the flashiest game, he had a really good connection to Isaiah Bond, and he won. And winning for the Browns, even if you don't look flashy,
here's one thing: he made a throw that Dylan Gabriel would never be able to make.
Yes. So I think this game shows that like I still think Stefanski should be fired. I think if you get the right coaching next year for Shador, I think that'd be pretty good. Do not try and get Deion Sanders though.
Please don't hire Deion Sanders.
Please don't do Deion Sanders.
That's just going to be toxic.
I think it'll be toxic with the father-son thingy. I don't think that works well.
And it's too personal. If you guys had
too personal.
I know that Travis Hunter is injured, but imagine if you guys didn't trade out of that pick and you drafted Travis Hunter.
Well, they did get Isaiah Bond.
They have a connection.
They did get Isaiah Bond.
Yeah, that's an undrafted free agent because of stuff that happened that didn't actually happen.
But next season, when the draft starts, if there's any good wide receivers available, there's always some.
That's true. They do have 2 first-round picks.
Because Judkins is doing okay.
He's a good running back.
He's solid. So I think there could be some wide receiver pick up next year to build on that offense. Because I think your offensive line's not amazing, but it's It's not the worst.
Normally, it used to be really good.
Yeah. So it's not the worst.
There's stuff to in Cleveland. There's stuff to build on. I will say, if Shador, Shador has to start the rest of the year.
Yes.
And if they don't, that means if Stefanski announces that Dylan Gabriel's starting week comes back, fire him right then and there.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I just think Dylan Gabriel is like a career backup.
He's a career backup.
Best.
Yeah. He's a career backup.
Probably a UFL quarterback. So no offense, UFL, but yeah, I just don't think that they have the. No, what am I saying? Never mind. Shador is better than Dylan Gabriel. That's my takeaway from the game. And Myles Garrett is a
beast,
freak of a human being. Now, then we have the Jaguars barely beating the Cardinals in overtime, 27-24.
I will say one thing though about Jacoby Brissett. he's putting up, besides the 49ers,
Yeah.
they've been putting up some decent fights against teams.
I don't know. He put up a good fight. He threw it 57 times and cleared 47 of them, which was an NFL record.
49ers.
I
game.
called that trying really hard.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah.
despite your coaching staff. But
Right.
yeah, this game, honestly, for me, Jaguars, like the concern is their defense probably in this one because they're supposed to be good-ish.
Well, they only scored 24.
Yeah, they only scored 24. But I understand the offense not doing as well because did Brian Thomas Jr. even play?
I don't think so. But I will say.
And Travis Hunter's out.
Yeah.
So they don't have that many weapons.
And I think they have Jacoby Myers. It's a good thing they did pick up Jacoby Myers, though, because
Oh,
that
yeah.
would have been bad if they
Oh,
didn't.
yeah.
I think Brian Thomas Jr., because I'm looking at the Jaguar schedule, their playoff, their way to the playoffs, even if they lose the Colts twice, they'd be like 11-6. And I think it's going to be enough to go unless they really screw up. And if Brian Thomas Jr. is back and healthy, then, it's So I think the Jaguars, they're having a lot of close games. They blew the game against Texans. So it's like the Jaguars are a really weird team, but they're a team with the record and schedule coming up that they probably could still make the playoffs. But
yeah. And then you had the game of the week.
yeah, because every other game was except for Colts Chiefs. That's just upsetting. So
Yeah, well, it's the game of the week for me.
yeah. Oh, of course.
You had
No
the
doubt.
Cowboys defeating the Philly, silly, overrated, whatever you want to call them, Sheagles. 24-21. That was scary at first because they went up 21-0. I thought they were about to score 42 on us, but then I forgot, it's the Eagles offense
Yeah.
and their play calling or their quarterback or their running
Now,
back. I don't know.
As I said, if they can't score more than 30 points on the Cowboys defense, I said they need to fire their offense coordinator. And I'm waiting for them to post that because
They're not going to.
They're probably not going to because Nick Sirianni is honestly probably is probably being really stupid right now. I would have fired him in a heartbeat after this game.
It's simple.
So-
After you make it to the Super Bowl, you lose your offensive coordinator because your offense looks great, and then you hire somebody from within, which is a mistake for Philly at least, and then he doesn't know how to call plays.
I still say get Brian Dable. 1,000%. You can't get anywhere. It's better off to try and make a team learn new strategies, Sebby, than continue the strategy.
Well,
that's bad.
that's true. I kind of have agreed with you, but I just know it's not going to happen.
I know it's not gonna happen either. It's the smart thing to do, but then again, are the Eagles actually smart if they can't spell their own name?
Okay, but anyway,
Um,
anyway, I want to talk about this game a little bit more.
yeah.
So first, Dak Prescott became the Cowboys' all-time passing leader, which is great, cool.
Great with no Super Bowls.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I know. Maybe he'll get it eventually.
Not even
We'll
the
see.
conference
We'll see.
championship.
Anyway, but one player I absolutely have to shout out,
George Pickens.
besides George Pickens,
Huh?
is number 38.
Yep.
I forget, like Elijah Clark or something. It's not spelled traditional Elijah, but anyway, Elijah Clark on the punt
Where they
Return-
fumbled and returned it.
where
and grabbed it.
he got knocked over 2 times and he still kept running.
Yep.
And he made the play to knock the ball out, and our log snapper of all people is the one that recovered it.
Yep.
So shout out to Sieg, I think is what his last name is.
Sieg, yeah.
Number 44. Number 44 is a great number. I love number 44. People who wear number 44 just seem to have so much more grit.
His number's 40.
No, that's Lipke, our fullback.
Oh.
But yeah, Clark is the epitome of this quote right here. It's not whether you get knocked down, it's whether you get back
up.
Did
Did you seriously have to read that?
I'll just make sure I said it word for word. So
Well, I grew up Packers fan, so I guess
Vince
that's why
Lombardi.
I know it. Yeah, that's probably why I know it.
I could have done it in a way that I could have made my own quote. So
No, that's plagiarizing, buddy.
that's why I looked at it to make sure I said it right. So anyway, yeah. So slow start for the Cowboys offense, slow start for the Cowboys defense, but that defense, oh my gosh, you guys are turning it around a little bit. Like you're at least going to be average from this point forward, I think. At least average.
I don't know. Well, the thing for me is yes, it looked good, but again, I just don't know in divisional games because I went into this game knowing that the Cowboys could very well win this game, but I just you never know. So it's yes, their defense looked good, and that's a good sign. I hope if you could do well against the Chiefs, then I would say yes, you guys are now an average defense. So that's what I'm hoping for this Thursday. It's this game for me, it gave me more hope on Cowboys beating the Chiefs because again, if there's one team I hate the most, it's the Chiefs.
Yep.
I'm not a Cowboys hater. If they could beat I'm rooting so hard for Cowboys to beat the Chiefs.
Literally,
So-
all of America, except for Chiefs fans
And Eagles fans, probably.
fans, and even
Giants and Redskins probably
and
will.
Washington fans,
They
come on.
probably will.
Come on, guys.
They probably will.
Like just for a few games, just for this game, just for
Yeah.
this game. You don't have to root for us in any other game this year, just for this game. Let's show the Chiefs that nobody likes them.
Yeah.
So yeah, overall, Dak, he got a very slow start, and then he turned it on. George Pickens was phenomenal.
I keep telling George
is
Pickens better than
awesome.
CD. Never listen to me.
Yeah, and then CD, I don't even want to talk about him.
I'm telling
So-
you. Do you understand me now with George Pickens? Why, when we did the wide receiver ranking, I was like, George Pickens is obviously better than CD right now. Now you see it.
Yeah, I saw it after I watched the Cardinals game, and I changed around a little bit what I was going to rank. So I put George Pickens ahead of CD. He should be way further ahead than I put him. So
Yeah.
amazing game.
I told you George Pickens should have been higher. You didn't listen to me.
Yeah, and arguably, he's definitely a top 5 wide receiver, like you said. So
Yeah, I told you. Thank
he might
you.
be top 3 right now.
Yeah, like
So-
number 3 or probably
Maybe
number 3.
maybe number 2.
No, because Puka, I think, is just
Yeah,
too
sure,
much.
sure.
Or Jamar, even, because he was suspended this game, though. So, and
Top
JSN's
3.
obviously
Also for top 3.
JSN's obviously the number 1, though. So
Yeah, and then what's my confidence level going to the Chiefs game? On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably say like a 4.
I knew you were gonna say 4.
Or it's not.
Me?
It's definitely not a 6 or a 7.
See-
So I'm kidding. Anyway, yeah, it's like a 4. It's like a 4 because it's the Chiefs. I just don't. I'll believe it when I see it. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. So yeah,
Mhm.
overall, Eagles
then-
suck. Dak Prescott owns you. I know the refs helped us a little bit, but
well,
when you're up 21-0,
that
shouldn't lose.
No, they could have scored, but the refs kept pushing them back.
you
That's
also
the
missed a
problem.
field goal.
And you also missed a field goal too, though. But the thing though is with the Eagles is they were going down the field, and then the refs push them back, so it was like 2nd and 25.
A few of those penalties were.
And then
were legit.
the offense pass interference. Well, defense pass interference should have been offense pass interference on CeeDee Lamb. That was obvious shove in the face. You could say it's justice for the Eagles game.
Here's
but
the
I don't
other
care,
thing
though.
for that. It's also the fact that they saw him kind of like they were doing this with each other.
There
and
was
then that happened. So they
Seppi.
call it. I would have said no
Cooper-
penalty.
Cooper DeJean did nothing wrong on that play at all.
I would have said it was hand fighting. Like
There was
Tom,
not
Tom,
even
that's what
that much
Tom
hand
Brady
fighting.
said. Tom Brady said it was
hand fighting is not pass interference at all, though.
Yeah, no.
But George Pickens,
I think they shouldn't have
CeeDee
called
Lamb's
it.
CeeDee Lamb's face shove, Seppi, is offensive pass interference. It's obvious. You can't even deny that.
Yeah, but
Don't deny it.
When there's hand fighting and
Okay.
you're doing that, that's different.
My
That's all I'm
question,
saying.
why are you defending the refs when they help you, but you hate the refs
I'm saying
when they
for
help
that
the Chiefs?
particular call, I said there should have been no penalty.
No, it should have been obvious offensive pass interference, shove in the face, Seppi. See, that's what I'm saying. If the refs help the Cowboys, he's cool with it. But if
Well,
it's the Chiefs,
Okay, guess what?
If it's
Guess
the
what?
Chiefs-
Guess what?
if it's the
They've been
Chiefs-
getting help for forever.
No, they
in every
haven't.
single game.
No, they haven't.
In this
Every
game,
game?
the Colts game.
not the. I'm talking about Eagles. this
Eagles
year.
have gotten help in a lot of games this year.
Name them.
Lions,
1.
Chiefs. Yes.
That's 2. Then I'll give you 2.
Okay, let's see what else. Pretty sure the Packers game.
No,
So
no. Actually, that was a clean game. So no, wrong.
Let's see what. Okay, I need to remember all their.
So
games.
2 out of 8 wins were helped by the
I'm pretty
refs.
sure in that Rams game.
No, there
they
wasn't.
were-
No, they blocked the punt return for a touchdown. That's what happened.
I'm not talking about that.
That's what happened in that game, Seppi.
I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure I remember there being
Nope.
some dumb.
There
calls
isn't.
in that game. So
No, there's not.
you didn't watch that game.
I watched things about it, and I watched the videos, the recaps of the games. So no, there wasn't, Seppi.
Okay,
Now,
there was
trust me,
one
I've seen
bad
something.
call. One bad call that I definitely agree. It definitely should not have been a penalty on the defense. Okay, I definitely think it wasn't defensive pass interference. Okay,
It was offense pass interference, Seppi.
that's up for debate.
No, it's
So-
not. Wow. So you say Des Bryant caught it, but you won't call that offensive pass interference. See, I told you.
Technically,
If-
it is.
If the refs help the Cowboys, he's fine with it. Is that what you're admitting?
well, but here's
He's
the thing.
admitting
Wait,
that.
okay. What angle was the ref looking at it from? That's the only question I have.
If the
was he like running
Seppi,
after them, or was he coming from that
Seppi,
side?
let me tell you something. If someone's head goes like this with a hand extension, you can see obviously the arms extended. obviously someone shoving someone's face.
I would say, okay, how about this? Worst case scenario, it should have been offsetting for both of them.
No,
Which means it was hand
not
fighting.
even worst case scenario.
It was hand fighting. You, of all, okay, you are going to
no.
just whine and complain about every call there is that the refs make because you think you know
No,
every
no,
single
no.
little detail.
If you
It
shove
was,
some-
if you're doing this to the wide receiver while you're trying to catch him because he is getting away from you,
no,
that is hand fighting,
Seppi,
which
he
means
didn't
he's
even,
trying to
he,
get
no,
you away
he
from
didn't
him.
even touch him, Seppi.
He
Whatever,
was touching him.
whatever makes you cope with that play.
He was touching him, but guess what?
See,
he caught it.
He's okay with the refs.
He actually
helping-
caught it.
Because he shoved his face back so he couldn't block the pass, Seppi. Duh.
He wasn't blocking. His back was turned.
No, it doesn't matter. He was looking over Seppi. He
No,
was.
he wasn't.
And his face got shoved. Yeah.
Comment below. Tell him that it was hand fight. That he was hand fighting before that stiff arm even happened.
I
if
will.
you call it stiff arm.
Okay, I want you to find that clip and post it on our thingy. And you can let people see that, and they can tell you, oh, yeah, that's totally not offensive pass interference. No one will agree with you, Seppi.
I'm just saying, if the defensive player is doing this, literally smacking your arm
He's not.
while you're
no,
running up and looking
hold
for the
on.
ball,
No,
and then you do this,
No.
that's called hand fighting.
No. Yeah, but hand fighting's not pass interference ever.
Then it's not no penalty. Then
No, because there's shoving someone's face versus doing this with your arms.
no, okay.
It's totally different.
Hey, one bad call
Which
where they
which he
didn't even
scored.
accept the penalty.
No, but it would have been offense pass interference, so they would have never scored on that drive. And the play where the Eagles got pushed back.
The Eagles were okay. How about
Eagles
this?
got pushed
Okay,
back.
if roles were reversed, if the Cowboys were up 21-0, the Eagles came back to beat them, we would be destroying the Cowboys, even if the Eagles got that call in their favor. Would we not?
No, I would say that the refs helped again. I would say that.
Liar!
No, did I say the refs helped the Eagles win against the Lions?
Yeah.
I would say the same thing if AJ Brown did the shove again, just like an Alliance. If he
I'm
did
just
that,
saying that
I
we
would have
would
said
be
that.
destroying Dak Prescott if that happened to him. But with Jalen Hurts, we're kind of like, we kind of expected it.
No, okay, wait. It's okay. If you're saying we're reversing, are we reversing with the fact that the refs are actually making bad calls against the Cowboys, which caused Eagles to come back and win? Is that the scenario? Like literally complete reverse.
That
around.
one penalty happens.
No, not even that. Even where like let's say the Cowboys were on the drive to score and then they get pushed back and they had to punt. Like
If they're actual penalties,
No, yes, no,
the Eagles,
no, they weren't.
All those penalties were actual penalties that they call on Eagles,
No, they
except
weren't.
for that one.
There was one play, Seppi, which was on the Eagles' offense, which even Tom Brady was like, "Where's the penalty?" And they moved him back like 10 yards, and then which on that play they would have gone like a first down and into like field goal range, and they got pushed back.
I'm just
So-
saying, you guys can whine about the refs. Like at the end of the day, you have to beat the refs if they're
That is
playing
true.
against you.
That's true. That's
And
that-
if you're up 21-0 and the refs make one egregious call, okay, let's say they make one egregious call, you should still win. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I agree with the fact that it's like you versus the refs, but I'm saying that you can't simply say the Cowboys looked amazing when the refs helped, though.
They still, other than that one penalty, they looked really good.
The one penalty, which if they didn't get that, they would have lost by a touchdown.
Oh my gosh, Tony! Good grief! Who's to say
Same.
that Dak didn't make another throw and they still got it for a first down with George Pickens?
I don't think that would have happened, though.
I think it could.
No, because you would have been pushed back farther, and the Eagles would have played deeper on purpose, so you couldn't get the first down. So it probably wouldn't
with
have
George Pickens, he would just throw George Pickens. He would have caught it.
No, I don't think so.
Nah,
So
George
that's what I'm
Pickens
saying.
catches all
That's
this.
what I'm saying, though, is that I'm just saying that like you have to admit that the refs helped you win that game. And again, you're right.
One
You're right with facts. No, but the one big penalty that can screw the whole game over, Seppi. That's what
It
I hate about
should-
people.
They
One penalty-
shouldn't have
No,
been in that situation in the first place.
the argument that you can make is that like if you're up 21-0, then
Yeah.
that's the thing. That's the argument you make.
That's what I'm saying.
But aside from that fact, though, you have to admit though that if you didn't get that penalty, you might not have gotten another touchdown.
We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
So you guys have nothing to complain about.
So you don't know. Now again, the Eagles, their schedule is like they have 3 really easy games, which would be enough to win the division.
But
No, they're not going to lose those, Seppi.
no. I'm not talking about that.
But I've been saying this the past few weeks that the Eagles are going to lose like their first game in playoffs. I completely agree with that. That's what you think. If you think I disagree, no, I
Yeah.
think they will.
No, I don't think Cowboys will win the division.
No.
So-
No, I'm saying Eagles missing Eagles losing first playoff game is most likely going to happen.
Sure.
Unless they play a team that should not have gone to the playoffs and then lose. And if Eagles play Cowboys in playoffs with the Eagles home, Seppi, I don't think you win that one. I very strongly don't think you'd win that one. I
no.
don't think so.
Because we played them in Philly already this year without as good a defense.
No. Again, this could be the same thing with the Packers. Sep. You're gonna get crushed, and then you may be depressed.
Well,
probably for
here's
a
the
week.
thing: we're not going to be favored in this game.
But even in that case, I don't think you play the Eagles because of what the record will probably look like at the end. You would probably
Well,
play
well,
like.
Stay tuned for later this week for
But-
a bonus video.
But yeah, but that's also another interesting thing is when you look at this, I think Rams are obviously going to be number one.
yeah,
But
sure.
all the other divisional leaders are all playing at very similar records, actually, and except
Yeah,
for
probably.
except for Buccaneers, who will probably be pretty low, or if Panthers take over.
Yeah, that's true.
But- okay.
Okay, let's
next
move
game.
on.
I forgot. I even forgot the next game happened.
Falcons beat the Saints 24-10. Kirk Cousins got the job done. The Saints, they're just the Saints. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Then Rams demolished the Buccaneers 34-7.
Oh, my gosh.
Baker Mayfield injured his left shoulder in the game. I have no idea if he's going to play this week. And this game that's coming up, the Cardinals, it could actually be a trap game. So, yeah.
And
Matthew Stafford looked phenomenal against the bad Buccaneers defense, but that's what you're
he
supposed
now
to
has 30 passing touchdowns this year.
He already has 30 passing touchdowns.
Yep. And if Panthers win tonight, they're top of the division.
Yep, that's the other red alert for the Buccaneers. So,
And it's what I will say is when you look at the Buccaneers schedule, none of the teams they play are like playoff teams, except for possibly the Panthers.
Yeah.
So the big thing for me is the Panthers have a really tough schedule coming up. They
play the Seahawks and the Rams.
They
On
play
top of playing the
Seahawks,
Buccaneers
Rams,
twice.
Buccaneers twice.
And then you get to play a Saints somewhere in there.
Yeah. So for me, I don't think they'll lose the Saints again. But for me, it's just that the Buccaneers are in trouble, but you have a much easier schedule than the Panthers, so you don't really have an excuse.
Yeah.
If Baker Mayfield is hurt and he does miss a game, though, that is really big trouble. So it's really tough.
But
to
you
say-
probably could. Honestly, I would definitely rest him this game. But if he misses more than one game, you might be in trouble.
Yeah. So for me, it's just that Buccaneers, you had players come back in this game, you still didn't really do anything offensively. I will say the Rams are definitely the best team in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
No question about it. So, and unless one of these teams have a big turnaround in the playoffs, I don't see anyone stopping the Rams. So it's gonna be really tough.
Yeah. Yep.
It's gonna be tough. But there are certain teams that probably could beat them. But it's just that you're gonna have to see it in the playoffs, though.
Yeah,
So-
because the biggest thing is that they have a really good defense. The only other team that has a good offense and a good defense in Seattle, and we saw what that looked like. So
Seahawks have a good offense when they play teams that don't give. That's the thing about Sam Darnold. When the pressure's on about a team they need to beat to take the division. If you win this game, you win division. Makes them panic. In the playoffs, if you win this, we move on. Panic. That's the thing about Sam Darnold. Is he keeps panicking. If he needs to learn how to relax, just be in the zone. You have a great team with a great connection with JSN. You'll be fine. But he keeps freaking
that's
out.
what I'm saying. He still has another game against the Rams this year, so we'll see if he's better in that game. If not, then the Seahawks will probably be in
Lose,
trouble.
I think lose
anyway.
first playoff game if that happens. But
Maybe,
you know.
but yeah, that is our recap for Week 12 of the NFL season. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We got a lot of fun content. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody this week. If you don't watch any of our other videos, which would be pretty sad for me, but anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm Giuseppe,
I'm Antonio.
and this has been Dynamite Duo Sports.
Please beat the Chiefs.
Panthers beat the 49ers. Please.
Ooh.
And you think the 49ers are going to win, right?
I am literally 50-50 in this game. So
Dang it, you're going to lose now.
So there is no definitive for me in this game. I thought I would think 49ers would win, but then now I'm thinking about it. It's just if Panthers offense can play like they did last week.
I mean, that's something special for the Falcons. Just say you think the 49ers are going to win, please.
Well, I can say that. Doesn't mean that's what I think. I picked 49ers to win, but that doesn't mean I think they're going to. That's what I'm saying. I have no confidence in my pick.
Panthers, I believe in you since he's the one that picked you. I picked you to win, but I don't know. We shall see what happens,
We'll
okay?
see.
Anyway,
Everyone tune in, watch the game.
see ya.
Get out of here.